Another is questioned. Is this the beginning of the biggest project in BTS's history, or a sign that not all members are walking the same path? The K-pop world, accustomed to surprises and grandeur, is now faced with a quieter, more unsettling mystery. A grand plan said to be in the works by Jungkook, but not fully embraced by Jimin. The first signal came not from a grand stage or official release, but from behind military barracks, a place usually sterile of entertainment industry buzz. Jungkook, the golden magne, currently fulfilling his military service alongside Jimin in the 5th Division, suddenly made an internal statement about a post-military plan said to shock the global entertainment scene. But instead of full support from his closest friend, Jimin's reaction became the focus. He didn't confirm, didn't reject, but also didn't welcome it with enthusiasm. An emotional pause that opened the door to many interpretations and speculations. In a disciplined military setting, such emotional interactions are certainly not easy to trace. Yet several internal sources said that the conversation between Jungkook and Jimin was intense, full of passion on one side, full of consideration on the other. Some mentioned certain codes being spoken. There were also unofficial reports saying Jimin's mood drastically changed after the discussion. No official statements were made, but gestures observed from afar were enough to spark curiosity. This contrast becomes even more striking when remembering who they are. Jungkook, who has established himself as a global soloist through songs like Seven and Standing Next to You, is a symbol of momentum and progress. He is not only a singer, but also a producer, performer, and irreplaceable visual icon. Time is currency to him, so it's no surprise he wants to lock in his next big move before completing military service. Jimin, on the other hand, is a more contemplative artist. Every decision of his seems to go through a long reflection process. In earlier interviews, he mentioned that music is not just a work, but a representation of the soul. While others chase projects, Jimin tends to ask whether a project truly aligns with himself. So when he seems hesitant to respond to Jungkook's plan, it's not rejection, but perhaps a request for timed, is the said plan a duet project? Many believe so. Their collaboration track record, from the cover of We Don't Talk Anymore to unforgettable stage interactions, supports this speculation. Some fans even claim that Jungkook and Jimin's chemistry alone is enough to ignite a new K-pop era. But insiders say the project could be far larger: a documentary film, a special series, or even an independent digital entertainment platform combining visuals, music, and personal experiences from both of them. Interestingly, several domain names containing the element J-Cook Project were reportedly secured in early 2024 by parties believed to be affiliated with big hit music. This strengthens the notion that something is indeed in the making. But what seems to be slowing progress is the internal process, specifically Jimin's decision. Some soldiers serving with them mentioned that Jimin once voiced concerns about the emotional impact of the project. He doesn't doubt Jungkook, but he wants to ensure their decision is not just a commercial move, but also one that is emotionally honest. This isn't a matter of differing visions, but differing rhythms. Jungkook moves fast, Jimin moves deep. Does this mean division? Unlikely. BTS is a group known for its extraordinary cohesion, both on and off stage. But like all forms of creative collaboration, differing perspectives are natural. This is where their authenticity is tested. The world may label this a conflict, but it could also be seen as a healthy dynamic that fosters maturity. Unfortunately, big hit music has so far chosen not to comment. But leaked information in fan communities mentions a plan titled Phase 7 Reintegration, scheduling activities for both members, Jungkook and Jimin, in the first quarter of 2026. If true, then the collaboration plan may already be locked in and just waiting for the right time. But is all this truly happening as reported? This is where the dark side of the entertainment world emerges. Much of the circulating information doesn't come from official statements, but from video snippets, screenshots, and anonymous accounts on platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Some content is even packaged dramatically for algorithms and public attention. So it's only fair that some industry observers question the validity of these sources. This phenomenon reveals the powerful influence of digital narratives on public perception. In a world flooded with information, every facial expression or pause in speech can be interpreted into a grand theory, when in fact, Jimin's hesitation could simply be a normal reflective moment magnified by fan expectations. Or the opposite. Perhaps there truly was an intense discussion that can't be made public. It should also be noted that BTS is not just a music group, but a cultural institution. Every move they make has economic, social, and psychological effects on millions of fans. So it's natural that every signal from them is analyzed to its deepest root. But at the same time, fans are also expected to be critical. Not all information deserves belief just because it sounds convincing. The question now is not only whether Jimin will join Jungkook's plan, but also whether we, as the public, can wait wisely. Can we tell what is rumor and what is reality? Are we ready to accept that two artists can have different rhythms without dramatizing it into a conflict? Jungkook has stated his intention. Jimin is still considering. The world is watching. Will we witness a monumental collaboration or two career paths that grow in parallel yet remain respectful? If one statement can change the temperature of public opinion, then silence can create a storm of speculation. Jungkook's statement about a post-military plan that's big and strategic has become the main fuel for the media, while Jimin's hesitation is the smoldering ember that keeps discussions burning. But now is the time to ask more deeply, are we truly witnessing reality, or merely watching a narrative designed to touch our emotions? Let's step back for a moment and view from another angle. All the information currently spreading comes from channels that, in many cases, lack solid journalistic credibility. TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, anonymous community forums. Some are even delivered without verification, in narratives packaged to feel explosive and emotional. The question is, why are we so quick to believe? Is it because the info comes from large fan accounts with millions of followers? Or because we want to believe that something big is happening, even without concrete proof? This phenomenon isn't new in pop culture. In a highly competitive entertainment world, shaping perception can be more important than delivering facts. And when narratives are built not with data, but with facial expressions in blurry videos, conversation pauses in live streams, or codes allegedly sent through body language, we must ask, is this investigation or imagination? Why has big hit music made no official statement about this project? Why are BTS members, usually communicative with fans, this time choosing silence? Is this a marketing strategy designed to build tension and euphoria ahead of their return from the military? Or is it a sign of internal disagreement being hidden more provocatively? Could it be we're being manipulated? That question can't be answered definitively. But it's important to remember that the K-pop industry has long been known as one of the most strategic entertainment ecosystems in the world. Every artist move, intentional or not, can be part of a campaign designed months in advance. So it's not impossible that Jimin's doubt and Jungkook's certainty are two parts of a grand narrative whose goal is not to clarify, but to hold public attention for as long as possible. But is that wrong? Not necessarily. Drama is part of art. But as viewers, will we remain passive consumers of stories that may not even be true? Or will we begin to position ourselves as critical observers? It's time we ask sharper questions. Did Jimin really doubt Jungkook's project? Or is that just fan interpretation of his facial expression in a brief clip? Did the intense meeting at the military barracks really happen? Or is it the result of a viral narrative that was never verified? Is their duet project a fact in preparation? Or just a collective fandom hope shaped by algorithms and content repetition? Questions like these must begin to be part of our conversation. Because when opinions are shaped by assumptions, we're no longer discussing reality, but building a dangerous collective fiction. A fiction that can ultimately create false expectations, deep disappointment, or even polarization among fans. This is where healthy skepticism matters. Being skeptical doesn't mean being negative or denying everything. It means asking before believing, confirming before concluding, holding back euphoria before being certain that, of course, we all want to believe that a major collaboration between Jungkook and Jimin is on the way. That would be an extraordinary emotional moment. But if the project never existed, how will we react? Will we blame the media, the agency, or ourselves for believing in a viral rumor too soon?